We see this week's Seder, Pashas Va'era, the inyan of Emunah in HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and to have hope in Melech Malchei Hamloch of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We shouldn't think that everyone which has Emunah is easy, and we shouldn't think that anyone which hopes is also easy. Our whole life is built on Emunah and Bitochoin b'Melech Malchei Hamlochim. Where did we get Emunah from? V'yaminu b'Hashem u'v'Moshe Avdoi. We got Emunah from where? From Yetzias Mitzrayim. What does Moledet mean? When is Am Yisrael born? In Yetzias Mitzrayim. We left Mitzrayim. Mitzrayim galtonu. Leila Pesach. We sit by the Seder night, the whole family together, with the matzahs and the moi and the karpas and the charoises. Eman ishtana alayla zeh. V'hi she'om dola v'seinu v'lonu. What kind of simcha we have? What kind of ahava we have? Where did we get the simcha from? How did the simcha come to us every Leila Seder, every Pesach, Lav Davka Pesach, every single day, which we mention, Yetzias Mitzrayim by night, Yetzias Mitzrayim by day, in Birchas Hamazon, and in Kiddush, we always zeichen Yetzias Mitzrayim. What happened in Yetzias Mitzrayim? And how many people left Mitzrayim? How many people left and how many people stayed behind? We think it's easy. I want to tell you a story. There's once a shul in Yerushalayim, 30, 40 years ago, which I know where the shul is exactly. And a Yid came from America, and he told them, Shlomo Zalman Auerbach, he wants to decorate the whole shul. He wants to change the furniture, he wants to change the walls, put the walls marble on the floor, marble, and the lights to be spotlights, air condition. He wants to change the shul. No question at all. You want to change the shul? On your cheshvan and change everything. But when he came to change the furniture, Shlomo Zalman Auerbach told him, Atkan, furniture you can't change. So the Yid said, why? It doesn't pass to have a broken stender and the chairs wiggly-woggly when the floor's made out of marble and the spotlights. It looks a beautiful shul. So Shlomo Zalman Auerbach said, the furniture, it could be that a Yid for the last 50 years, 60 years, 70 years, davens with this stender. Even if the stender shakes away and it's got a broken foot, or one foot is missing, or the nails are falling apart, or the screws are falling apart, but this stender is like part of the life of the old Yid, which davens in the corner and davens Shmona Esser, which means even if the stender is broken and the chair is wiggly-woggly, but he feels that's my house. The second you change all the furniture, then the Yid will say, I don't feel at home here, and it's very, very dangerous. It's like taking a Yid from his house, sending him off to a nursing home. Yes, good, nis good, al tashvechenu leitzikno, but he doesn't feel at home like he feels at home. At home is his own corner, his own bathroom, his own sink, his own light, which is 25 watts. It does work and it doesn't work. You have spider webs in the corner, but he feels at home. Once you take him to a new place, it's something else. In Mitsrayim, how many people left Mitsrayim? It says, "V'chamushim alu b'nei Yisrael me'eretz Mitzrayim." How many people left and how many people stayed behind? Only a fifth left. 20% left. 80% stayed inside in Mitsrayim. And the Gaon says, "Omachilta, v'chamushim alu b'nei Yisrael, al tikra echad michamesh." Don't call it echad michamishim. Don't call it echad michameshvot, el echad michameshet alafim. 600,000 people is one part of five of echad michameshet alafim, which means if you multiply 600,000 to 5,000, comes to, in Mitzrayim was about 300 million people, or 300 billion people was in Mitzrayim. You can't understand it. Shishim bekeres echod. Shisha bekeres echod. They gave them, beat up the Jew boy. The Yidden saw the Nisim in Mitzrayim. A whole year, down for the Mitzi, for the Yid it's water. Sfadeh for the Mitzi, Shevi Yamim, drove them up the wall, shouting, shouting, 7 days. For Yid, la Yehudim oisu oira v'simcha. Yid went in the street, nothing happened to him. A guy went in the street, they ate him up. Oroiv, v'chola v'eis adomo sheim oleh. We once spoke about it. What do you mean by Igia? Kol Oroiv b'Mitzrayim v'eis adomo sheim oleh. Each animal came to Mitzrayim with its own climax of air. A dog or a wolf which lives in Antarctica, in Greenland, in Siberia, is not the same wolf which lives in Africa. Africa is boiling hot all year round on the equator. And Ben, I spoke to a Yid before, which lives in Siberia. He told me it's minus 32 degrees. In Siberia, minus 32 degrees. In Africa, in the midsummer, or maybe all year round, it's boiling hot all year round. Bringing the animals to Mitsrayim, which each animal with his own climax, Nisim, Gluyim, and each animal has got his own air next to him. But for the Mitzi, he eats him up. But the Yid, la Yehudim oisu oira v'simcha. So why didn't all the Yidden go out? Why didn't all the Yidden go out? The answer is to get Emunah chazoka in Hashem. To have hope in Melech Malchei Amlochim is not from today until tomorrow. Someone lives in one area all his life, you cannot tell him, Rabid, pack out. Doesn't go like that. He knows his friends, he knows his neighbors, he knows people next to him, he knows people upstairs, downstairs, he knows people in the store, in the post office. He knows everyone. Can't tell you from one day to the next, pack your bags and get out of here. Doesn't go like that. In Mitsrayim, most of the people stayed behind. And Rab Chaskel Levenstein brings down, that's how it was in the Second World War. How many people left and how many people stayed behind? Most of the people stayed behind. They said, how can I leave? How can I leave? Where should I go? Where? Which country should I go to? America? England? France? Where? Who? Africa? Where? Australia? Who knows me? Who's going to take me in? People which left. But people which didn't leave. We can't understand it. Mitsrayim, they stayed behind. A lot of people stayed behind. But people shall Emunah chazoka in Hashem. We say, Ze Hashem kivinu loi, nogilo v'nismecho b'shuasoi. Kavel Hashem chazak v'yametz libecha, v'kavel Hashem. In order to have hope, we have to work on ourselves. We have to look at chasodim, gdolim, umorubim, what HaKadosh Baruch Hu does in the whole Bria. Melech Malchei Amlochim, Hu Yochid Bo Ilomoi, Hashem Hu Elikim, Hashem Hu Elikim. HaKadosh Baruch Hu Mimar, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is everywhere. Yisov v'raiso kutshu bichu chadu. The simcha which we have, Chag HaPesach. V'sho'omdo la v'seinu v'lonu, shloi echod bilvod omod aleinu l'chaluseinu. Kadosh Baruch Hu matzaleinu miyodom. Pesach, we have simcha, you see it's Mitsrayim. Birchas Hamozoin, Shachis, Mariv, Kiddush. That's the simcha which we have. The simcha which we have. The Gemara says in Bochus, Kol ha-soimer gula litfila, reize ben oilam habo. So Rabbeinu Yonah brings down, everyone's got gula litfila. Everyone's soimer gula litfila. He says, Baruch Hashem goal Yisrael, Hashem s'rotze tivtoch. What's the whole big thing? A person soimer gula litfila. But everything's toilet, how do you say it? Mimitzrayim galtonu, ubebeis avode petisonu, kobarem borokta. We left Mitzrayim. They stayed behind, we left. We lived in the same area. We lived in the same house as the Mitzri. He died, we left. Simcha gdoila ma'oid, we see from these Parshios Elu. Shmois vo'era boi b'shalach. There comes the Kabbalah Satoya. We see the simcha which was in Mitzrayim. In Mitzrayim galtonu, umebeisavonde pedisonu. Paro got his patch, Paro got his muckers. La Yudim oiso oiro v'simcha v'sosumiko. Through Emunah, through bitochoin, through simcha in Hashem, through tikva, hope. We have hope in HaKadosh Baruch Hu. The HaKadosh Baruch Hu will do the best for us. He'll give us the best. Healthy kids, healthy families, gesunde Kinder, everything will go well with us, and everything comes from scratch. What is scratch? Emunah, gedoilo, and tikva, im melech, marchei amlochim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Emunah, gedoilo, and hope, which we have in HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That's our mafteach. That's our key to go through the whole life. A person which hasn't got hope, the doctor tells him, the matzav is like this. If he has hope, everything will be all right. That's what Rashi brings down in Masechtas Rosh Hashanah. Someone has hope, he'll go through it. Someone says, what shall I do now? He's already miyuyus. He hasn't got koch to do nothing. Achmod litzlan. Mitsrayim, to leave Mitsrayim, we have Emunah. To leave Mitsrayim, we have tikva. Kavel Hashem, chazak b'yametz lebecha. V'kavel Hashem, and b'schutz le'emunah, and b'schutz le'ava, we will all be benched with a wonderful chodesh, and simchas, and nachas, and gesund, and siyata d'shmaya, Shabbos Shabbos, and everything will be well with us, with the whole of Klal Yisrael.